Willie was puzzled, but, well, maybe it isn't true. The man grunted. Hey, do you believe it? Willie nodded. Well, you're not just anyone. You got eyes, you see, you ain't no fish. Oh, Willie was pleased. What's your name? The man asked. Willie. That's a boy's name. What's your grown-up name? William. And that means another thing. What? I'll take some of that cake. Willie started. You will? He asked, surprised. Just said it, didn't I? Willie suddenly felt excited. It was as if the man had given him a gift. Willie wasn't sure what it was, except that it was important and that he was glad to have it. For a moment he just gazed at the man. He saw the lines on the man's face, the way his lips curved, the small scar on the side of his chin, the shape of his eyes, which he now saw were blue. I'll get the cake, Willie cried, and ran back to the apartment. He snatched the box from the refrigerator, as well as a knife, then hurried back down to the street. I'll cut you a piece, he said, and he opened the box. Hey, that don't look like a pound of cake, the man said. Willie, alarmed, looked up. But, like I told you, it don't matter. Willie held his thumb against the cake to make sure the portion was the right size. With a poke of the knife, he made a small mark for the proper width. Just as he was about to cut, the man said, Hold it! Willie looked up. What? What were you doing there with your thumb? I was measuring the size, the right portion. A person is supposed to get only one portion. Where'd you learn that? It says so on the box. You can see for yourself. He held out the box. The man studied the box, then handed it back to Willie. That's just lies, he said. How do you know? William, how can a box say how much a person needs? But it does. The scientists say so. They measured, so they know. Then they put it there. Lies, the man repeated. Willie began to feel that this man knew many things. Well, then, how much should I cut? He asked. The man said, You have to look at me, then at the cake, and then you're going to have to decide for yourself. Oh, Willie looked at the cake. The piece was about 3 inches wide. Willie looked up at the man. After a moment, he cut the cake into 2 pieces, each 1.5 inches wide. He gave one piece to the man and kept the other in the box. God bless you, the man said as he took the piece and laid it in his left hand. He began to break off pieces with his right hand and put them in his mouth one by one. Each piece was chewed thoughtfully. Willie watched him eat. When the man was done, he licked the crumbs on his fingers. Now I'll give you something, the man said. What? Willie said, surprised. The cure for unhappiness. You know it? Willie asked, eyes wide. The man nodded. What is it? It's this. What a person needs is always more than they say. Who's they? Willie asked. The man pointed to the cake box. The people on the box, he said. In his mind, Willie repeated what he had been told. Then he gave the man a second piece of cake. The man took it, saying, Good man, and he ate it. Willie grinned. The next day was Saturday. Willie did not go to school. All morning he kept looking down from his window for the man, but it was raining, and he did not appear. Willie wondered where he was, but could not imagine it. Willie's mother awoke about noon. Willie sat with her while she ate her breakfast. I found the cure for unhappiness, he announced. Did you? His mother said. She was reading a memo from the convenience store's owner. It's what a person needs is always more than they say. His mother put her papers down. That's nonsense. Where did you hear that? The man. What man? On the street, the one who was begging. You said he was unhappy, so I asked him. Willie, I told you I didn't want you to even look at that man. He's a nice man. How do you know? I've talked to him. When? How much? Willie shrank down. I did, that's all. Willie, I forbid you to talk to him. Do you understand me? Do you? Answer me. She was shrill. Yes, Willie said, but he'd already decided he would talk to the man once more time. He needed to explain why he could not talk to him any more. On Sunday, however, the man was not there, nor was he there on Monday. The man is gone, Willie said to his mother as they walked home from school. I saw. I'm not blind. Where do you think he went? I couldn't care less, but you might as well know I arranged for him to be gone. Willie stopped short. What do you mean? I called the police. We don't need a nuisance like that around here, pestering kids. He wasn't pestering me. Of course he was. How do you know? Willie, I have eyes I can see. Willie glared at his mother. No, you can't. You're a fish. You live in a cave. Fish? Retorted Mrs. Markham. What do fish have to do with anything? Willie, don't talk nonsense. My name isn't Willie, it's William, and I know how to keep from being unhappy. I do. He was yelling now. What a person needs is always more than what they say. Always. He turned on his heel and walked back toward the school. The corner he glanced back. His mother was following. He kept going. She kept following.